Hey guys, how's it going? This is Sir Jedi Sentinel. Welcome back to Sentinel Reacts. Today we will be reacting to Nomad of Nowhere, Episode 6, El Rey. But before we do, I'm going to talk about Episode 5. During the week Episode 5 came out, I was having issues with my internet connection. Every video I watched constantly had to stop and buffer, and when I initially tried to film my reaction, I was running into the same thing. So I ultimately had to stop. On Friday, or sometime around that time, or around the time the episode became public, I got everything fixed. So I pulled up Rooster Teeth's website, got everything ready to film, and I was still having some buffering issues, so, since the episode was public, I moved to Rooster Teeth's YouTube page to watch the episode. But I never pressed record. I'm still new to this. This is what, my 5th or 6th video? Reaction video? So I'm still learning things. But yes, like I did with episode 3 because of technical issues, I'm going to be reviewing episode 5. So I'm just going to jump right in. No transition, no cuts, no anything. Episode 5 was called The Kindness of Strangers. Summing up this episode, I can think of 2 phrases. Boy, that escalated quickly, and shit just got real. Yeah, this episode, I believe, is the turning point from the series. I have no idea what to expect from episode 6, which I'll be reacting to shortly, but episode 5 is where the story, I felt, shifted from its more slapsticky comedic side, and it's gonna keep getting more and more serious. The story of this episode is that, fleeing from Tothan Scout, the Nomad meets a friendly Undertaker. Or does he? Yeah, no, from the start, this guy comes off as really creepy, which becomes apparent when, taking him to his home, the Undertaker then knocks the Nomad out with a shovel and handcuffs him to the wall. In a very bad pun. Literally, the handcuffs are skeleton hands that are holding the Nomad prisoner, and they can only be unlocked with a skeleton key, which is made of bone. You know, normally I don't mind puns, but watching that scene was painful, especially when the Undertaker talked about how the Nomad was his first live audience. Oh, it hurts, the puns. But I feel I need to talk about The Undertaker for a second. The Undertaker was performed by Shannon McCormick, who I'm sure has a long list of credits, but the things I most know him for are other Rooster Teeth stuff, mainly Wash in Red vs. Blue, Ozpin in Ruby, The Undertaker, the Quartermaster in Camp Camp, and Vladimir Putin in the 11 Little Roosters. Watch it, trust me, it's hilarious. Anyway, this is just another great example of how phenomenal an actor Shannon is, because it's just no 2 roles in any of the stuff he's done have ever been the same. Like, for example, Wash in Red vs. Blue is very serious, kinda, but he's very, what's the word? He's kind of naive. He has this cute, innocent naivete to him, which is funny considering he was a freelancer. And then you look at Ozpin, he's very serious, he's very secretive. And then you have the Quartermaster, which just, what the hell is the Quartermaster? And then he's playing a parody of Vladimir Putin, and then The Undertaker. Like every other character, The Undertaker is, again, unlike any other character Shannon has voiced. He's actually really creepy, and he's kind of messed up. With his obsession with reviving the dead, one YouTuber I watch even compared him to a necromancer. Anyway, The Undertaker is obsessed, or it seems to be obsessed, with the idea of magic. He wants to learn more about the Nomad and what he does. Almost to the point, he reaches a point in the episode where he's ready to dissect him. But, yeah, no, he has... And this episode plays very much like a horror movie. It's like... I'm going to take a break from The Undertaker because I keep having to pause and talk about some of the other stuff. We get some world building here. Like, The Undertaker shows the Nomad a spellbook he has, which comes from the Yadala. The Yadala, of course, being Toth and Null's people. And it's just... And he says that the Yadala are the only ones who still talk about magic in the old ways, which I feel... Oh, yeah, can't speak. I feel contributes to more of Toth's backstory. Like, now maybe because the Nomad is magic, there's a personal reason for Toth to catch him because of the Yadala's connection to magic. I'm not sure how that's gonna progress, but anyway. So, and then we learn something about the Nomad's magic, which so far all we've seen is that he can clap and bring objects to life. Same thing here. The Undertaker pulls out a little music box, or I guess it's the mechanism that goes in a music box, but it doesn't have the music box around it. And then a pocket watch. And what the Nomad does is he tries to clap to bring the skeleton key to life, but it doesn't work, and instead the music player comes to life. And then again, he tries it again, and the pocket watch comes to life. And this goes back to episode 3, Trouble on Purpose, because he could not bring the ranch hand's arm to life while it was attached to him. He had to get it off of him before he could do it. By the way, the ranch hand is mentioned again. A bounty hunter comes to the Undertaker saying the Nomad made a man punch himself half to death. Anyway, back to my point. From this scene, we've learned something important. The Nomad's magic does not work on organic matter, or it seems not to work on organic matter. You know, so far it's only been inanimate objects, like rocks, or... now I'm second-guessing myself because rocks qualify as organic matter. Anyway, so during the Undertaker's interrogation, he's interrupted by a bounty hunter who wishes to bury his dead friend. The bounty hunter is named Big Jib, J-I-B, and his dead friend is Medium Stephen, which I thought was kind of funny. Anyway, and there's another funny scene here. It's just because the Undertaker's kind of... The bounty hunter, Big Jib, is kind of serious, but he's really casual. And the Undertaker's very... He's sort of trying to be silly, I imagine. He's like, you know, I don't... He does the live audience joke again, and when Big Jib doesn't laugh, he goes on to say, get it? Because most of the people I deal with are dead. And Big Jibs are like, no, I get it. That was just really unprofessional. And anyway, the music box, which I mentioned earlier, is trying to get the skeleton key to help free the Nomad. Big Jib catches him, and then in a very horror movie scene, the Undertaker beats Big Jib near to death with a shovel. It's like as he's beating him, all you see is the shadow. It's really creepy. The Nomad gets free, and then the Undertaker kills the music box. And the Nomad gets really serious, and he gives one loud clap. And in that one clap, everything comes to life. The table, the lamp, there's a clock that comes to life, and they all gang up on the Undertaker in a very creepy scene that takes place off camera as the Nomad mourns the loss of the music box, which had just been killed. But the Nomad calls them off before they do any damage, and, you know, he undoes the spell. And he leaves the Undertaker frightened out of his wits as he takes the spell book and the music box. And he buries the music box. It's a really sweet, very sad, touching scene. This is starting to turn into rambling. I'm not good at this. But anyway, at the end of the episode... I'm sorry. Overall, this was a really solid episode. I think I'd even say this was the best episode so far. Which, we'll see what happens when I watch episode 6, but... like, the tone was amazing. Shannon was brilliant, because most of the episode was just him, because the Nomad doesn't speak, and oh, that was such a creepy character, like, in a good way. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on episode 5, and we're going to start on episode 6 here in a second, which, according to Rooster Teeth's website, episode 6 is going to be the mid-season finale, and they are going to go on, the Nomad of Nowhere is going to go on hiatus until the end of the summer. So I'm going to pause right here and get the video up so we can just jump right into it. And I'll be right back. Nomad of Nowhere, Season 1, Episode 6, El Rey, in 3, 2, 1. Well, they found him fast. Dust storm. No, you don't go into the dust storm. That's death. Or there's mysterious castles in them. Scared of the thunder. Rock friends! Oh, that's adorable. Flashback? Oh.
What a wonderful gift you have.
It's another Yadala.
Shh. Do not be afraid. All are welcome here. The storm outside is growing worse, but it is good to see magic again. Oh, nonsense. Your magic is important, Wanderer. Do you not understand? Oh, my dear. Thank the stars you were brought to this place. Come, follow me. There is so much to show you.
What do you have to lose? She's fast.
You want to go in there? I know you're not normally the joking type, Toph, but are you trying out jokes now?
It's the only place the Nomad could have gone. There's no way he gets far inside of that thing. This might be our only chance.
Yeah, it might, but if we go in after him, it might as well be our tomb. These nowhere storms are savagerous. They'll zap the brains right out of your head, assuming you don't wind up lost and buried in the sands first.
Don't let a book tell you what you can't do. I think you can handle this.
You really think so? Well, then I think so too.
You know, a few episodes ago I was bashing Toph, but that might have helped redeem her. A lot. Along with the world building we got last episode. Hello. Staircase. Giant plant thing.
I think I might have just remembered the fact that I'm no good at
be close!
I know catching the nomad's important to you, but he ain't gonna do us any good if this storm fricassees us. We can't hunt him if we're dead.
So don't die then.
Only it were that easy. Armored rhino.
Yeah, about that.
Wow, he moves fast. Magic, so, well, obviously, but... Oh, it's wearing him down. That's what? Oh my goodness. To quote Rumpelstiltskin, all magic comes with a price. And the land is dying around him. Stegoryno. Did you already say that?
What's this thing even doing out here?
Oh, you're in trouble.
Oh.
Sure, that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Dunderhead.
Cow patties! Oh, she's mad now. Oh!
Can you hear me?
Hey, I hope he didn't zap your brains.
No, I got him.
That makes sense. I'm feeling a mite bit fuzzy-ish. You go get that nomad without me. I'll just wait here.
Oh,
Scout!
No. I'm sorry, I'm in shock right now. The crown's taking him over. What I mean? All magic comes with a price. And Minotaur. And it stopped being about them and it started being about him. That's why he needs the nomad so bad, because he's the last one with magic. after him, his power is gone for good.
Do you know where Toth is?
So, Toth, let me get this straight. You and that cute as a button,
He's
what's her name of yours, circled the Nomad for weeks on end, and just when you were on his trail and had him cornered in a nowhere storm, you
please
abandoned your search.
Yes, Don Paragon. We had an emergency.
Oh, thank goodness. For a second, I thought you'd started considering going back on our deal. Because that's the only explanation I can come up with in my pretty little cabeza for why you'd come back to me, again, empty-handed.
It was one of my soldiers.
No, not one of your soldiers, your spittoon girl. You know what I do when one of my possessions starts failing me right in the middle of something important? I leave it behind and get a new one!
And suddenly, Don
When we first
Paragon is
met,
frightening.
The thing that impressed me the most about you was that you were willing to do anything to save your people. Your lot may live longer than most, but they won't get far without my help. They need magic, I need the Nomad. But I need the Nomad to give them magic. Don't you know how this works?
I don't.
Oh, you
Sorry.
idiot.
When I bring El Rey the Nomad, he's going to reward me for doing what none of his other governors have done for the last 100 years. He's going to make me one of them and give me all the powers that come with the title.
So, would that make you the governor of the Southwest? The Southwest? Sorry, I don't mean to criticize or nothing. It's just that neither of those have much of a ring
talking.
to it.
Don't! Does anyone else want to critique my life goals? How about you, Toth? Do you have a better plan to help your people than doing it through me? My way? I never thought I'd have to tell you, of all people, to stop caring so much. I need you back on my side. Help me, help you, help me. Become a governor. Then we both get what we want.
I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Good. Now, one of you fetch somebody to clean this mess up. I've got fencing practice to attend to.
Okay.
Red Manuel knew he'd watch you fail.
Toth, I can't believe you saved me. Okay. I'll see you later.
Ready? Okay, so this was kind of a big episode. I still think episode 5 was better, but that's just because I'm still reeling from this. This seemed mostly to be a world-building episode regarding what's becoming apparent the series' main antagonist, El Rey, and why his hunt for the Nomad is so important. You know, evolving, because, like I said, in that flashback, that stylized flashback, or vision, or whatever it was, by the end, the crown had grown over his eye, so whatever that power he had had started taking him over. However, as we saw, the magic kept draining him and his life, and he needed to absorb the lives of other magic users, magi, whatever you want to say, to sustain his own life and to keep using his power. And that's kind of the main takeaway here, El Rey's backstory and why he needs the Nomad, because from the start everyone said no one's seen magic in 100 years, which may possibly lead us to believe that the Nomad is the last magic user. We also learn that the Yadala have prolonged lifespans. So it's like, which now has me questioning, how old is Toth? We've also seen that Toth isn't completely heartless, and Don Paragon got really creepy. I hesitate to say scary because, but yeah, that was intense, that confrontation. I have nothing more to say. I am planning to react to more content. In the meantime, while we wait for the series to come back, did you like what you saw? Like, comment, and subscribe. This is Sir Jedi Sentinel, and see you whenever I see you next time.